Hey, what's up, football fans? Colt Schroeder here, aka the Buffalo Nerd, coming at you live from the Buffalo Nerd Sports Podcast with the Week 7 best bets. After 2 consecutive weeks of going 3-1, reality set in last week, and we came in with a 1-3 finish for last week. It was rough. A couple of them came late, some late losses, and the one that I really didn't like the most was the one that actually ended up holding out and getting us that one for the week and saving us. But we're going to go ahead and spit that one out and move forward. This week is packed full of dogs. I got 4 best bets for you. It's 4 dogs. It's a lot of points in the NFL, and the NFL has been up and down. So I'm going to go this week with some interesting teams maybe, and I think I'm probably not going to align with a lot of people, but I think that's best opportunities are sometimes in those places. So let's go ahead and start out with the Monday Night Football game. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Bears. I've got a +8.5 number out there. Right now, New England is a good football team, or good enough football team. They're going to be at home here. I don't know that Justin Fields can do really very much in this game, but I'm banking heavily here on the Bears defense to keep this in control. And this feels like a very kind of ugly, close game. So when you're potentially getting a number at 8.5, I'm seeing heavy money on the Bears for some of the data that I get. And the Bears defense should be able to keep this close. There's not massive offensive firepower on either side of this. So if you play slow, kind of close, consistent game, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Bears on Monday night +8.5. It just feels like an easy opportunity. Next up, going with the Washington Commanders +4.5 against the Green Bay Packers. I think this number says it all in itself, right? If you would have gone in the past, Aaron Rodgers led Green Bay Packers are going to be putting up more points than 4.5 against the Washington Commanders. I am going to ride with the Commanders. I don't think they're a great football team. Carson Wentz is out. Tyler Heineke, he's an okay quarterback, but I think he is going to actually be a little better for this offense because he's willing to move and kind of push the ball downfield. It might not work out for them as well in interceptions in that regard, but Green Bay has shown me nothing. I see a defense over there that is struggling when they're on the field because they've never been on the field this much. The offense is not doing anything. Aaron Rodgers looks disengaged. And so until the Green Bay Packers show me something different, I'm going to take teams that are fighting, especially a team that's in a very tough division. They can't afford to drop many more games. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay the 4.5 with the Washington Commanders. Next up, we're going to go with the Houston Texans +7 points up against the Las Vegas Raiders. So again, here, this is a situation where the Raiders, they looked good against the Chiefs. They came out in a loss in that game. They looked better. Their run game is really looking improved here. But this is not a team that has blown me away. This is not a team that feels like they're clicking on all cylinders. You get a Houston Texans team that is very good about playing close, tight football games, and they'll keep it under control. They're not going to wow you. They're not going to overdo anything. They're not going to blow you out of the water in any kind of regard here, but they are capable of keeping it close and making you make mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to side with the heavy money here. I'm seeing 85% of the money is on the Texans right now. We're going to roll with the Houston Texans +7. They're 3-0 against the spread on the road lately, and they're 4-0 over the last 5 against the spread. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with that team against a team that I don't believe in quite yet. So give me the Houston Texans +7 points. Last up, we're going to close it out with the Atlanta Falcons. I went against them last week. This is a team that is now 6-0 against the spread heading into week 7. Cincinnati has looked better, but also finds a way to tend to play down to opponents. So I feel like this is an opportunity where Atlanta will play a nice, clean game, hopefully here. They do need to keep it tight. Cincinnati's defense is no slouch, so they will not have their work cut out for them. This isn't going to be an easy game by any means. But when I'm getting Atlanta +6.5, you could probably find a 7 out there as it gets a little closer here. This to me feels like a game where it's actually you just keep riding the wave, right? When a team is 6-0 against the spread, you ride with them. I'm not going to play the game of let's try to pick this be the one that they lose. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick with Atlanta on this one. I think that they can actually keep this game close enough when Cincinnati has not performed that great. T. Higgins is banged up. Hayden Hurst has been banged up. So this isn't 100% Cincinnati offense right now. So go ahead and give me Atlanta +6.5. If you can get to 7, take the 7. So that's going to do it for this week's Week 7 best bets. We're going with the Chicago Bears +8.5. We got the Washington Commanders +4.5, Houston Texans +7, and we're closing out with the Atlanta Falcons +6.5. I hope everybody has a great week. Let me know down in the comments down below if you went with me, against me, how your weekend went. Appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out. Make sure you're subscribing, following, doing all that good stuff. Enjoy the games.